One weekend I realised, just as the book was about to go to press, that we had very little on the life of Jesus, and so I wrote new words to it, at least the majority were new, and to our amazement, I mean, that has taken off, and it was really back of the envelope stuff, but it seems to be in hymn books all over the place.
Today's schools are very different from the ones set up by the Church of England 200 years ago. Now it's about involving children of all faiths and none.
I reckon if you can deliver a Christian assembly in Birmingham, then you can deliver a Christian assembly anywhere, because this is the most diverse city in the country.
Someone who rises to the challenge is Sue Fearon from the Birmingham City Mission, who visits hundreds of schools every year.
And today's story is all about truth and lies. Truth and lies. Now,
the law is very clear that we're not to proselytise, and actually it isn't necessary. Simply laying out the stories, the faith stories, explaining the Bible, explaining what Christians believe is enough.
How do you view your role?
Well, I'm a bit like a bus driver. It's my job to steer the assembly in a way that gives the children an opportunity to worship.
If you agree with my prayer, then you can say Amen or Amen at the end, because these words mean I agree. You don't have to pray. That's perfectly okay with me.
There's no doubt about it. There are some people who would really rather not have acts of collective worship in school. But it's very important, I think, for young children to be exposed to things. How can we choose whether or not we're going to be people of faith if we're not exposed to that sort of stimulus in the first place?
Not for wrong things at all.
When Mrs. Fearon comes into our assembly, it makes it special because we get to learn stuff off of the Bible.
I felt that I could learn a lot about friendships and telling the truth and telling lies.
When we have to pray, I feel comfortable doing it, because it don't matter if you just pray to someone of a different God, it's still like God up to you.
For Sue, it's a far cry from her earlier life as a high-flying management consultant.
I was in business and I had a jet-setting, sort of chauffeur-driven, every sort of luxury you could imagine type of business career. But there were stresses and illness and it stopped. I stood on a railway platform and I saw a sign, and it was a poster saying knock, seek and ask. And as I read those words, it reminded me that as a child in school, often getting into such deep conversations with God that I didn't want those times to end and getting quite irritated when the head teacher interrupted. Hi, you all right? So I went and found a church and became a Christian. Nice to see you, hello. One of the songs that I heard just before I started doing this kind of work is I, the Lord of Sea and Sky. And I really felt God speaking to me and me responding. This is, something I do for him.
A big part of school assemblies is singing, and some schools take it very seriously.
Go on! No, let's get a much better first note. That's the launching pad for the next three notes, isn't it? Go on!
This is hymn practice at Edinburgh Academy, home of our senior school choir of the year, where every pupil is expected to sing up in assembly.
Well, it brings the whole school together in a way that no other activity would do. They enjoy singing the hymns with sort of great words and great tunes, and I think those two are important ingredients for good congregational singing.
Considering we're quite a small school, it's quite a large sound.
You definitely get a sense of school pride.
I think my favourite thing about School Assembly is when we all sing together and everyone just suddenly comes together. I mean, it's great.
I think Be Still for the Presence of the Lord is a very apt hymn for pupils, particularly of secondary or sort of teenage years, because they all lead such busy lives. It just gives them that time to think.